Got about one more minute here to go. Sven's Media Madness. Me and the Tornado. I'm waiting for people to log on so we can get started. I think I'm just going to get started here. Well, happy welcome to everyone for our live seminar today, webinar on Facebook, because it's Facebook month. And so I'm going to talk about Facebook likes today again, and maybe go back a little bit of what we have talked throughout the week. First of all, my name is Sven from Tango Media. We have been doing social media marketing, web development, and online advertisement for about 9 years now. So we are definitely in our 10th year. We are located in beautiful Pinehurst, North Carolina, right smack in the middle of the state, and we're very, very happy here. Don't think we'll get much of the hurricane this weekend, but we'll see. Maybe some rain, but usually we are pretty safe in this area. Anyhow, to me and myself and my name is Sven Schäfer, obviously, and I have a German accent that comes because I came here 10 years ago, directly from Germany with my family, my wife and 2 boys. The oldest one is born in the States, so at some point we wanted to go back and just start a business here. After my career, which that is why the Tornado is with me, I was a fighter pilot in the German Air Force for 22 years. And when they let me go, I said, why do the same thing again? Do something totally different. And that's what I did. So if you got any questions about web development, social media, and any online marketing, online advertisement, which is big, and again, we're going to get to that one definitely next week, because it's such a huge topic that I really, really want to address this. So what we were talking about this week was mainly about Facebook posting and Facebook likes. So if let me just recap a little bit about Facebook posting. Okay, so how to make effective posts on Facebook. I like to use the 3 E's. Number 1 is entertain. Number 2 is educate. Number 3 is empower. So you want to entertain with your posts, okay? An entertaining post is not only something funny, but it's also something maybe that touches the heart. That's why these puppy videos work so well, and baby pictures and cute little babies doing something, spilling their food over the carpet. I know a lot of you guys go like, how can this be interesting? But remember, this is social media, and people are doing social things on there. It's nothing else like people 30 years ago, when Martha called Claire, you won't believe what the baby did today. So it's exactly the same thing, just on a different outlet. And that's what it is. And that's the secret behind social media. The real secret behind social media is 2 things. One thing, it's the closest thing to a real conversation that you can have these days. So what I'm doing right now with you is I'm actually having a conversation. Believe it or not, it's not a real kind of seminar, kind of video conference semination. Sometimes the brain just fries up. Conversation, but it is definitely a conversation that we are having. Maybe I'm just talking. I'm trying to, at least, and you just can write me back. By the way, at any time, if you have questions, please put them in the comment section, and I can answer them right here. Okay, so as I said, social media is pretty much the same thing as normal conversation, or very close to it. I can share pictures, I can share my thoughts, I can go live on video, I can post a video of myself, I can make an angry face, I can be really happy, I can stand upwards, backwards. I mean, look at YouTube. I mean, how many millions and billions of hours of footage of something totally stupid is out there, and people are watching it, and it's just because it's social. It is a social network, okay? So that means how to behave on a social network, especially, I'm talking to businesses here. I'm talking business language. So if you are a business and if you're online, if you're trying to sell yourself constantly on the social media, you're not going to get a lot of attention, okay? You want to be social. You want to put something out that is some kind of value, okay? And that's why the 3 E's. Entertain was number 1. So the entertaining is, as I said, not only funny things, but also things that touch the heart, or pretty nice pictures. Right now, it falls out there, leaves are turning, okay? You will see hundreds of pictures from turning leaves and from beautiful autumn stuff. It's just absolutely great. Okay, so hey, there's a good way to post something. Okay, so that's the second one is educate. So you are in business, or are you in a service, or you're in education, or you're a nonprofit. There is always something that you can tell people about. So let's say I have a nonprofit. They do therapeutic horse riding. Would you believe it? But it's a great thing. It really helps the people. So they can talk all day long about horses and how to keep horses, how to keep them healthy, and how to ride them out, and how to make people really, really happy with horses. Why not talk about that all day? Just like me. I mean, I'm very passionate about social media and web development and businesses being successful out there, not wasting their money on stupid paper ads that cost hundreds of dollars and return nothing. Okay, you always got to look at your ROI. What I'm doing here, for me, is a great ROI because you are listening to me and you're seeing me as a specialist. So in the end, what you're going to come back to is, oh, I know this guy, and that is, I have a social media question, I'll go to him and ask him. And by the way, we have got outlets galore. If you go to tangrammedia.com, tangrammedia.com, TANGRAM media.com. You can find out anything out there. You have a blog, you have a contact form, you can do that. Or you use one of our social media platforms. Okay, so tangrammedia.com, you see all the social media platforms that we have, Pinterest, Instagram, everything's on there. So you can go ahead and just get that message away. You can go ahead and ask us any question, anytime on some of the social media outlets or on our website. Absolutely happy to answer everything for you for free. And that's what I'm doing today. So I'm so passionate about it, I'm throwing it out there at you. And you can do just the same thing. So the number 2 is educate, and number 3 is empower. So empowering means that you want to drive people into that conversation, just like I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm telling you, you can go ahead and can ask me anything. Why should you just be the bystander out there and just listen to my stupid talks? Why don't you just ask your questions and ask them away? And the same thing on Facebook. There's so many people out there that, I don't know, they have a kind of a barrier to Google things or to ask people something. There's specialists on anything. There's specialists on how to drop a towel. Go do that, by the way. Go to YouTube and go put in how to drop a towel. And you find a video that's about 15 seconds long that has, by now it must have maybe 30 million, 40 million views. And really all that guy does is he has a camera and he drops a towel, how to drop a towel. Anyhow, so empower people, ask them questions after your post, okay? What do you think? On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you like this? Caption this image, caption this video, all kinds of stuff, okay? So the 3 E's, educate, entertain, educate, and empower. I got that wrong yesterday evening, it was late yesterday, but it's all fine. Cool. So that's one part of posting. Second part is hashtags. Okay, I won't go in this today because also we don't have too much time, but look up episode 1 and 2. I explain hashtags out to the wazoo, okay? Hashtags, number sign, pound sign, really, really important. Links on the posts, very important and very beneficial to you, especially if you link back to one of your web presences, meaning the website or the blog or whatever you have. Works really very, very nicely. And I cannot stress one point enough. Your posts have to be visual. Okay, there's no way about it. If you don't visualize your posts, meaning if you don't put a video on there or if you don't put a picture on there, you will be dead in the water. There is no way, especially on Facebook, you can be successful without that. So make it visual. Okay, we're talking about Facebook, anything about Facebook, how to be successful on Facebook. This is October, and in this October month, I'm just talking about Facebook mainly, okay? Of course, it will touch some other topics, but we'll go through that the whole of October, and there's episode 1 till, we'll have 1 till 20, will be only Facebook. Okay, so the thing we talked about yesterday, so I'm going to do a recap, is how to get likes. How to get likes on Facebook, because that's one of the major problems is people, dangle around with 100 likes, 80 likes, 60 likes, 200 likes, and it's maybe 1 a week or 1 a day that's coming to, and it's a little bit slow for people. So here's how to get likes. And actually, don't let me forget, whoever's out there, remind me afterwards. I've got a great new way how to get likes, and most probably you don't know that one, so stick around for that one. But number one way to get likes is pretty easy. You just invite your friends, okay? If you're on your page, on your newly created Facebook page, there's 3 dots on the top right, and if you click those, you will get invite your friends. So first thing is invite your friends to come out to the profile. That sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. It really depends on what you have out there. If you got a lot of friends out there that are also your business partners, that might work. But usually if it's just family and your closest friends, they will like your page, but they won't pay much attention to it usually. However, the real likes come from somewhere in this social media stratosphere. And how to get those, the easiest way is by influencers, evangelists. Okay, there is influencers out there in your industry. So let's take a new thing because we had all kinds. Let's take the clothing industry. Okay, so let's say you have a store that is right smack downtown, and you're selling women's clothing. So there is more than enough other Facebook pages out there that talk about women's clothing all the time. And they have how to wear scarves, what is right now, it's the trending colors, and. So you just keep searching for that. Go to Facebook, put up there women's clothing, and you'll get all kinds of pages that talk about women's clothing or, female evening wear. I don't know much about women's clothing, obviously, but you'll most probably be able to find some huge pages that deal with that topic that you have. Okay, so you look around and you see some with 100,000, maybe 200,000 likes, and then you check them out. Once you check them out, you please go and look for the individual posts if there is a good engagement on it, because it doesn't matter how many people like that page. If there's no engagement, you just run, go away, you'll be done. No way I'm going to go on there. It has to have good engagement. Good engagement for 100,000 people page that 100,000 people like would be something like, every post has 150 likes, maybe 20, 30 comments, and maybe 20, 30 shares. If you find a post with 200, 300 shares, that post is a really good post. Now, what you can do with it is you can do a couple of things with it. First of all, you can share that on yours. So if it's a really good post, you just hit the share button on the bottom. And then there's another share button there, which you can click, and then you can share it on your timeline. It says share on your timeline. So how cool is that? The post is already there. The post is very successful. It's in your line of business. So why not take that post and make it your own, put it on your profile. And then, of course, post with all the things that I said before. Don't forget, you have to have a good title. You have to have a hashtag on there. All the good stuff. Go back to the episode 1 and 2. I'll explain that more in detail. So you can share a post from that page that has already run well. Okay? Why should it not run well on yours? It's just like you have a store and you sell something that is a big seller item everywhere. Of course it will sell well in your store as well. Okay? So share posts that have been shared a lot, or that have been liked a lot, that have been commented on a lot, and you can share them on your profile. Why is that important? Because all those people that have commented on that one will also now be on that post that you have shared. How easy is that? Okay. So we have influencer pages. Influencer pages means, I'm sorry, I'm always kind of going back and forth because there's people jumping on and off on this webinar. So I have to go back and forth a little bit, and I have to cater to people that came in new. Okay. Influencer pages are pages in your line of work or your line of expertise that you have. So we'll take the second E, the educate part. That have a large followership that is really engaged. Okay, so there's a difference between a large followership and an engaged followership, and you want an engaged followership, a followership that really engages with the posts of those people. So the second thing after sharing that you can do is you look at the conversation on this individual posts. And you can just comment yourself, but watch out. You want to comment as the business page, not as your personal profile. You don't want to comment as Mary, but you want to comment as the great clothing store downtown Raleigh. I don't know, however you call it. So you have to be sure to change that little triangle that is on top of that post, even on the other guys, to your Facebook page. Okay? So the little picture that appears on the left side is actually your Facebook page, and then you write the comment in there. Okay. Now, there's a cool little trick that you have to know. You absolutely have to know. If you use the @ symbol, so above the 2, the @ symbol, if you use that, you can actually tag people that way. So let's say you have 25 comments on there, and one really good comment is from Mary. And her name is, let's say, Mary Smith. Let's just make it easy. Okay, you just put the @ symbol and go Mary and then Smith, and you'll get Mary Smithers. And most probably the one that was the comment there anyway. Just take her and just put her in there. And then Mary Smith will appear on there, and it will be highlighted in blue afterwards, which means you can click on it, which in turn means she will get a message from you saying somebody has commented or has tagged you in a post that you have commented already on. Okay, you get that all the time on your Facebook profile. Okay, you commented on something and suddenly all this stuff comes up. Works, by the way, on LinkedIn, works just like a charm, because as soon as you're up there, you get all those posts that are engaged on that, or that you get all those emails about that one post. Okay, so that's the @ symbol. You can use the @ symbol to tag people that already have commented or that, you know, haven't secured their profile enough. You can always add that on, and you can also add pages on there. You can add your own page, so you don't only have that little square, but you can say add, you know, Mary's clothing store, and then your own store will be up there, and it will be clickable too in that comment. So comment on it and make a simple comment like, thank you for this tip. Thank you for this great article. Thank you, I have used this too. Or thank you so much. This is really, really cool. I have got something similar on my blog, and then you can put a little URL there. So you're joining the conversation by looking at those influencer pages and looking at those influencer posts that are out there. Okay, so for all of those that are new right now, I'm just talking about, oh, hello Petra, that is good, from Germany, here we go. So I'm talking about influencer pages right now. So influencer pages that are in your line of work, if you're using a Facebook fan page, and those influencer pages, what they will do is they will give you a lot larger followership. So in essence, you're looking for something in your line of work that has 100,000, 200,000 followers. So if you have 100 or 200,000 followers on there, it's pretty much guaranteed that there's some good engagement. And then you're looking for good engagement posts. That means for posts that have a great engagement on those influencer pages. And then you start posting on those. You start commenting on those. And I just talked about the @ symbol, which is really good. And then you can make comments like, thank you so much for this great post, or thank you, I have got a similar post on my page. Would you mind checking it out? And then you take those people over there. So those are influencer pages. On those influencer pages, you will find so-called evangelists. So let's take Mary again, Mary Smith, like we did the whole time. So let's say Mary Smith, you see Mary Smith on every second post on there. So she's a big fan already on that influencer page. So she's really engaged in this topic. So let's say we found one on women's clothing, and Mary is already engaged in there. So she will also be most likely to be engaged on your page if you have women's clothing and if you have a lot of stuff on there that people might be interested in. So all you have to do is just talk to Mary directly. And I just told you about the @ symbol. The @ symbol will help you to identify or to tag Mary, because if you just put the @ symbol there and start typing Mary's name, suddenly it will populate below it. And you can just put Mary in there, and that means she's directly tagged in that post already and in that comment. So that's pretty cool. So you can start a conversation with Mary on that influencer page. And Mary is an evangelist, so she will most probably like your posts as well. And you can just pull her over to your page. So in general, what we're doing today is we're talking about likes and how to get likes on your Facebook fan page. So that's one way of doing it, is to go into this influencer page and start commenting on them. Okay, so what will happen if you comment a lot and you just take a couple, maybe 3 or 4 of those big pages, and every day you go on there and find posts that have really good engagement. Usually these influencer pages have a lot of posts that are coming in. Some of those pages post 20, 25 posts a day. So you will have a lot of things to choose from. The other thing that you can do is, what you want to do is, once you've found these influencer pages that you really like and that really work well for you, what you want to do is you have the 3 dots on top on the right. If you hit those 3 dots, you can like that as your page. And so you can like this influencer page as your individual Facebook fan page, your business page. Why is this important? Because when you go back to your Facebook fan page, you will find on the left side, you will find all the links that pertain to your fan page, and one of them is feed. And if you click on feed, that is basically your news feed that you have on your private profile. You have that on your Facebook fan page. So as soon as you like that influencer page that I just talked about, it'll appear in that feed all the time. So all those posts that you were just looking for will also come up on your personal feed. And if you have 4 or 5 of those, you don't have to always jump to the other pages. They always come up in your feed. So just see it as on your personal profile as the news feed that is always coming down. But this time, only things will come up from pages that you like. I hope that makes sense, because it's pretty important, because if you want to go ahead and engage with those people, those influencer pages, this is a real easy way to do it. All you need to do is go on there and just start commenting and start sharing. And that's what I said before. Again, I'm always going a little bit back and forth here. I'm sorry, but there's people jumping on and off. So I just want to be cognizant of that fact that people are jumping back on and off. And so I will repeat things that I said before. So what I said before is you can also share those posts. If it's a post that has really got good engagement, like 400 shares or 200 shares or 200 people liking it or 25 comments, something in that direction, you can share that on your profile. And now you've got that news feed from all those influencer pages. You see, oh wow, influencer page 1 has just posted something that went kind of viral. It's a really pretty cool video about how to wear a scarf or whatever. And you want to put that on your page as well. So you just hit the share button. And then when you hit that share button, it says up there, you can share that on your own timeline, which would be your personal profile. You can share it in a group, and it says on a page that you manage. And if you click that one, you can actually share that post directly on your fan page, which is pretty cool, because now you have shared a post that has already been out there and is already working well, and you can share that back on your page. That's a real pretty cool thing. By the way, if anybody that's on there right now has any questions, you can ask me those questions at any time. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Also, you can go to tangram.media.com, TANGRAM media.com, and look at all our social profiles, which are all on there. Or you can just leave us a message right there on that page, or go to connect@tangramedia.com, which is our email address, and you can leave us questions there. If it's longer questions, or you think it will take longer to answer, just send it to us on there. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Okay, I've got one more really cool tip that's relatively new on Facebook, because what used to be normal on Facebook is you could not interact a lot with people that way on your fan page. Excuse me. So there was really no chance for you to interact with customers that were on your Facebook fan page, apart from when they commented. When they commented on your post, you could hit the reply button and you can directly reply to those people. And the other way would be when they send you a message. So they had to be active first. Okay. Now what you can do is really very cool, is you can take the likes on individual posts. So let's say you put out a post and you had 25 likes on there, which is really neat. If you have 25 likes, that's a pretty good thing. So you have 25 likes on that post. If you click on that, and now you get a thumbs up, or you get a little heart, or you get the symbol, all kinds of little things there. But if you click on that, actually a little insert will come up. It shows all the people that have liked your post. And if they have not yet liked your page, you can invite them to like your page. Okay, let me say that again, because I know nobody of my customers that knows this yet. So if somebody has liked your post for some reason, you can actually tell those people, hey, like my entire page. Because what usually happens is people will see your posts whilst they're running through their newsfeed. They will usually not go to your fan page unless they have some reason, but it's only statistically 10 to 15% that really go on fan pages. So only 10 to 15% of the people will go directly to the fan page. The rest will see your post in their newsfeed. And then we'll just go, oh, this is a cute post, I like it. Clank, next one. It's the quickest way to acknowledge somebody else's post, is just to like it. But if they have liked it and you see that somebody, so what I suggest is every evening or every day, go through the post that you've posted and see if some people have liked it. And if they have liked it, all you need to hit is the little thumbs up button where they have liked it, and then an insert comes up with all those people that have liked your post. And if they have not yet liked your page, you can actually hit a button that's called invite, and you can invite those people. That is really cool if you run Facebook ads like ads, for instance, or post engagement ads. Because on post engagement ads, you will usually get a whole bunch of people that like your post. So let's say you get 150 likes, you got 150 people to invite. Invite. It's a little nagging process, but it's actually pretty cool. And we have the experience that maybe about 50% in average of those people actually like your page, which they usually don't, because again, it's running through their news feed and they're not actually on the page itself where they can like your page. Hope that makes sense. It's a really cool tip. I'm going to repeat that all the time because something that all people here at Tango Media do all the time. They go through those profiles every day. And you know, we've got people that have customers that have posts or that we post for them. There's per day is 150 likes on there. It's a little bit of a tedious process, but it's very, very rewarding. The other thing is that I just said, and you couldn't do that before, is if someone left a comment on your page, you can now reply to them, which was only possible if they leave you a message. And that doesn't happen very often. Usually people with real inquiries. Like I get that a lot on pages that we have, hotels or restaurants. They get a lot of inquiries, but apart from that, not a lot of people send you messages. So there's really no way to interact with those people. Now there is. So that's pretty neat. Again, you couldn't do that before. You can now send people personal private messages if they have commented on your posts. And that will increase for likes. Okay. So likes on pages are, of course, are really important because those people will get your posts. By the way, who gets posts? Who gets posts in the newsfeed? Again, I keep coming back to that because it's so important. If you look over Facebook users that are really into Facebook, and there's 190 million of them in the US, and they spend more than 45 minutes or about 45 minutes in average a day on Facebook. So that's about 130 million hours a day spent on Facebook. Let me say that again, 130 million hours a day spent on Facebook in the US alone. I think I've made my point here. It makes absolute sense for you to go on Facebook and engage your customers there because they are there. So if you look over the shoulder of one of these Facebook users, of these really crazy Facebook users, they will always and each and every time go to their home feed or news feed and they will check that out. Now, the news feed is kind of like a ticker, right? And depending on how fast people scroll, on their page, that's how fast it goes there. Sometimes it's Mach 2. I mean, I can't even follow it. You know, it's faster than any jet that goes by. But as soon as something visual pops up that gets their attention, they will stop on it, and they will see it, and they will like, they will comment, or they will share it. And those are the three possibilities that they have. Of course, like is number one because it's the easiest. Click, done, next. So see like as 1 point. Then they go, okay, oh wow, this is really nice, and this is from Peter, and I really want to say something to him, so they will comment on that. And it's more of a friend interaction. Or again, remember the 3 E's at the beginning. I said empower, always ask a question. So if they get caught up, whoops, there's a nice picture, there's a nice video, and if you say on top, hey, caption this, or on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you like this? Or would you recommend this, yes or no? Then if you tell people to do something, they most probably will do it, and then they comment on it. So like would be 1 point, comment is 2 points, and sharing is 3 points. Okay, this is going to be your ultimate goal every time. You want people to share your posts. Why is that so important? 2 reasons. Number 1 reason is they take your posts, and remember what I just said with influencer pages. Okay, you just took their post and put it on yours, and now this post lives in a total different universe. And that's the big thing. Now you can use that snowball effect that's so important on social media. So anytime, and it doesn't matter if it's retweeting on Twitter, if it's sharing on Facebook, if it's sharing on LinkedIn, whatever it is, if people take your post, your content, and put it on their profiles, you have totally won. You can make a victory dance all day long because now you've really done it. The more shares, the better for your profile. Okay. Hopefully this has come through because this is amazingly important. So I have nothing against people say, if you like this post, share it. Okay, share this post now. You're dumb if you don't share this post. Okay, you have to absolutely have this post on your profile. Please just do it. It's so important. So number one is you getting this post in a whole new universe, and now it's in all their friends' posts as well, and in all their other business posts as well. Now you've done it. You've got your content somewhere else. And I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but some people just need to be hammered. They just need a hammer to hammer that into their brain all the time, because they need to know that sharing is the ultimate goal of social media. Sharing is the ultimate goal of social media. You want your posts to be shared. So, number one reason. Number two reason is Facebook Edge Rank. Okay, what is that again? Okay, something new again. Some new technical term. It's really relatively easy. This is how Facebook determines what comes up on your news feed, on your home feed. And I'm always doing this because that really symbolizes what is going on. And sometimes, as I said, it's like this. Okay, so what comes up on your news feed really? And we now know that 80-90% of the people go to their news feed first and not to other people's pages. 80-90% go on their news feed first and not to other people's pages. Very seldom do people go on actually fan pages. Sometimes they go on other people's pages because they want to know what's going on, and sometimes they don't get it. So if I'm really now, Peter has a hard time and I really want to know what's going on in his life, he posts it on his Facebook page all the time. Yes, there are people that do that. I know. You don't understand, but that's the way it is. And where the eyeballs go, that's where the money goes. Okay, remember that. I don't really care if Peter puts stuff out on what his dog has done on his carpet, but he does it. And that alone is reason enough for me as a businessman to go and try to catch Peter, because he's an engaged user on Facebook. So anyhow, newsfeed. So what gets displayed on the newsfeed first? Number one is family and really close friends. Okay, and that's why Facebook has all these things on your personal profile. You can make acquaintances, you can make friends, you can make best friends, you can make family. Okay, so family posts will usually be the ones that come up first, then the ones of friends, and then their edge rank kicks in. So anything you have liked, commented on, shared on, Facebook looks at. Why? Because that's obviously stuff you're interested in. And Facebook is interested in that one too, especially if you start liking and commenting and sharing on certain Facebook fan pages, because now they can say, this person has liked and shared pages about interior architecture. This person must like interior architecture or staging, anything like that, or carpets. I mean, the most little bonsai trees, anything, little Lego figures, whatever. And then they attribute this person to that behavior and to that interest. That's very important when we get to ads. Okay, very important. But, and I'm still going round in circles. You're still waiting like, Sven, tell me, what is edge rank? Okay, edge rank, back again to that. Okay, so that's why I said likes is 1 point, comments is 2 points, shares is 3 points. Okay, if you share somebody else's post, Facebook thinks that you're really, really, really interested. 3 points. If you comment on someone's post, Facebook thinks you're really, really interested. And if you just like it, Facebook thinks you're interested into that post and into that fan page. So if you share something, Facebook is very likely to put posts from that entity up on your newsfeed. So not somewhere down here and post 250, so maybe under post 70 or 55 or 35 or 25, depending how many posts you go through, because you know yourself, after like 50 posts, your brain starts to melt anyway, so you give up. And it depends on the user. Some people most probably go for 2 hours through their newsfeed. All right. And that also is important, not only because of edge rank, but also the timing. I said in maybe episode 2, I said it. The timing of your post is crucial. So look at your insights, and we're going to go through it a whole episode. There's insights on top of your page where you can find out when people share, hit, or look at your posts. And it usually is that whale shape. At night, it usually goes up depending on what kind of business you have and where you engage. Of course, you're somewhere overseas with different time zones, that could shift. But you have to know at what time of day you have to post. Okay? Back to edge rank. Okay? tell you again, and again, people are jumping on and off, so I have to go back. EdgeRank is a point system and a family system. So it depends what relationship you have to the person where you come up in the newsfeed first, and then the EdgeRank kicks in. Okay, so if you've liked, shared, or commented on a page, it's very likely that you will get more of the posts of that entity, of that Facebook page, higher up in your EdgeRank. So for you as a business person, it's really, really important that people share the posts. The more people share your posts, the more you come up in people's newsfeed, and the higher you come up in people's newsfeed. Okay, let that sink a bit, because this is really super important. The other important thing that we learned today, I want to go back again, is the @ symbol. If you use the @ symbol, and that works in everything, and put a name behind that, Facebook will populate that name. Depending on the people's security setting, you can tag people in your posts, in your comments, anywhere you say something about someone. Use the @ symbol. Try it. Use the @ symbol and just put a name in. If you're one of your friends, you'll see it starts populating. Once it starts populating, it does two things. That link, that name becomes a link, so you can click on it and go directly to the person's profile, and that person gets notified. So anytime you comment on something as a business, and you comment on someone's influencer page, and you see that somebody is out there, an evangelist, we were talking about that, people who post a lot, you want to tag those people on those pages directly, so those people start to get into conversation with you. If you haven't noticed it yet, this is social networking. Social networking is a two-way street. Remember that. Social media and social networking is a two-way street. It goes from both sides. If you're talking, somebody's talking back to you, and you're not answering, that person is going to go like, bye, I'm gone. And you are there alone again, which you don't want to. You want to get into conversation with people, okay? Think about as a networking meeting. If you go to a networking meeting and somebody comes up to you and says, hi, I'm Frank, and you go, or you look away, or you run away, what is that person going to think of you? It's got your name tag right there. That Sven from Tanger Media is a rude man, is a rude dude. I'm never going to talk to him again. I'm never going to buy anything from them. That's not good. Or you have the telephone. You have a customer on the telephone, and after the first question, you go, oh. You don't do that. You talk with people. So I don't understand why people don't talk with people on social media that have asked them a question. I sometimes go to customers, maybe 2-3 days. I'm not looking at customers' Facebook pages, and I see a message that's 3 days old. And I go like, I can't believe they did not answer that person. Maybe they wanted to buy something really expensive, and now they bought it somewhere else because they said, if that person doesn't answer, here I go. Good example is when I have a problem with a company, okay? Let's say Time Warner, my favorite subject. If I have a problem with Time Warner, I don't call them. I don't send them an email. I go directly on their Facebook page. Why? Because there's people monitoring this. And if somebody goes out there and say, hey, Time Warner, you really, S-U-C-K, they will answer you really quickly. And they give you a private email, a private telephone number. Give it a shot once. If you have something to complain about a company, go on their Facebook page and test them out. They'll be very quick. So you have to communicate. Social media is communication. Two-way street, okay? And invite them to communicate. Hey, post something of yours. And of course, if you use the @ symbol and start to communicate with people on other pages, they like that. Why not? Why not? What do you have to lose? So that's the @ symbol. Second thing is, if somebody has liked your posts, click on that like symbol just below the post. So you got the post here, and below it said, Mary Smith has liked your post and 5 others. If you click on that like symbol, and it can be the thumbs up or the heart now, anything like that. If you click on it, you will get a little list. And on that list, it will say invite. And that means you can invite people that have liked your post, and they don't necessarily have to like your page. Remember what I said, most people look on their news feed and they don't even know that your page exists. And that's how you get in there. So it's a new news feed, and you have some cool visual thing that they like, and they go like, boom. And now you as a business have a chance to get back at them and say, hey, you like my post? Why don't you like my entire page? And our experience has been that about 50% of the people you invite through that will also like your page. Haha. And there we go. We kind of filled the circle for today, because today's circle was about how to get likes on my business page. And there's one way. So Facebook likes was today's topic. My name is Sven Schäfer from Tanger Media. Your friendly host of Sven's Media Madness. We'll see you tomorrow again, most probably tomorrow again at a later time. I know this 2 o'clock in the afternoon is not great, but our Pinecrest Patriots here in Pinehurst are playing tonight, and I'm sorry I have to be there because we do their website, and my son's playing in the marching band, so there's no way I'm going to miss this tonight. So you had to have that early, but remember, you can always watch this again, because this will be, after I hit that finish button, 2 minutes later, it'll be on Facebook, and maybe tomorrow on the weekend, it'll be on our YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel is youtube.com/Tangram Media Channel, or just look for Tangram Media Channel on YouTube, or Google it, whatever. However you get there, as long as you get there and watch this again, because all this stuff is for free. Guys, people out there, this is free information. We've been in the business for 10 years. We've been doing this kind of stuff a long, long time. We know how this works, okay? So let's take it from us. Just if you want to be successful, and you want to be successful online, you talk to companies like us, and our stuff is free. So you got nothing to lose. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming along on this ride with me, and it was fun. Haha, because I was only talking all the time. I hate monologues, but your questions are very welcome at any point. Connect@tangrammedia.com. I think I should make some signs. Let me know if I should make some signs to let you know what's going on. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. I'll see you tomorrow, Friday, last day of the week. Oh, Friday. It's coming up. Weekend's coming up. You got something to look forward to. And if you're in the hurricane way, we think about you. We'll pray for you. Hopefully nothing happens. Hurricane Matthew hopefully goes away. Okay. So, have a good one. Thank you so much for listening.